On July 16, 2014, in the remote beach town of Shelter Cove, California, a scene of unimaginable horror unfolded. The bodies of 34-year-old Amanda Gray, her 12-year-old son Kyle, and her 58-year-old mother-in-law Judith were found buried up to their necks in the sand, the waves of the Pacific lapping at their lifeless faces. But as grim as this discovery was, it was the circumstances surrounding their deaths that left investigators at a loss. The Gray family had traveled to Shelter Cove for a summer getaway, a much-needed break from their busy lives. But for Amanda, this trip was meant to be more than just a vacation. She'd been struggling with worsening anxiety and had recently been prescribed a new medication. While it was supposed to help, it had come with unexpected side effects that Amanda couldn't ignore. In the weeks leading up to the trip, Amanda began seeing what she called shadow people. Dark, faceless figures lurking just outside her vision, watching her. At first, she thought it was just a trick of the light or stress playing tricks on her mind. But they became more persistent. She would see them in her home, standing by the door, or out of the corner of her eye in the grocery store. The figures were always there, just at the edge of her perception. Concerned, Amanda went to her doctor, who reassured her that these hallucinations were simply a side effect of her new medication. "Give it time," he told her. "Your body will adjust. The visions will pass." Amanda tried to believe him, but as the figures appeared more often, she couldn't shake the feeling that they were real. Still, she pushed forward with her family's vacation plans, hoping the fresh air and quiet would help clear her mind. The first couple of days in Shelter Cove seemed uneventful. The Grays visited a local lighthouse, explored tide pools, and even grabbed dinner at a cafe overlooking the ocean. Witnesses remembered them laughing and enjoying themselves around town. On the night of July 15th, the family took a walk along the beach at sunset. It was the last time they were seen alive. The next morning, a group of hikers made a grisly discovery. Amanda, Kyle, and Judith had been buried up to their necks in the sand, their faces exposed to the open sky. It was seen straight out of a nightmare. The autopsy later revealed that all three had suffocated, their lungs completely filled with sand. But how they ended up in that position, and who was responsible, remains a mystery. Investigators found a single set of bare footprints leading away from the beach, but they vanished halfway up a nearby trail, as if the person had simply disappeared. The Gray family's rental cabin showed no signs of forced entry, and all their belongings were left untouched. Amanda's recent experience with the shadow people left some to wonder if her visions were more than just hallucinations. Had her medication-induced paranoia led her to believe something was stalking them? Or was there something more sinister lurking in the isolated cliffs of Shelter Cove that night? To this day, the case remains unsolved. No suspects were ever identified, and no motive was uncovered. The methodical nature of the burial, the footprints leading to nowhere, and Amanda's visions of shadowy figures have left investigators and locals alike with more questions than answers. The beach at Shelter Cove is quiet now, but the story of the Gray family's terrifying end remains, a dark reminder of how some mysteries refuse to be explained.